Dear children, welcome to this channel. By seeing the number of viewers increasing day by day, I hope that you like my teaching. Thank you all for your kind support. Subscribe the channel for more videos and clarify your doubt at once in the comment section. Having learned the concept and the properties of conjugate in the last session, let us see the example and exercise problems in this session. Let us recall the concepts of conjugate. If z is equal to x plus iy, then its conjugate is denoted by z bar and it is given by x minus iy. That is changing the sign of the imaginary part alone. And then if you multiply z and z bar, then the resultant, the product is a real number. See, on multiplying x plus iy and x minus iy, either by rule of multiplication of complex numbers or ordinary multiplication, you will get the answer as x squared plus I squared. There is no imaginary term, so it is purely real. And also z inverse, the multiplicative inverse, is equal to 1 by z. That is the reciprocal of z, 1 by x plus iy. On multiplying by the conjugate and dividing by the conjugate, we have x minus iy by x squared plus I squared y squared. That is x by x squared plus y squared minus I into y by x squared plus y squared. That is z inverse. Now, you can either x plus iy into x minus iy can also be multiplied in the form a plus b into a minus b. So, a squared minus b squared. What is b? Iy is taken as b here. So, x squared minus iy the whole square. That is I squared y squared. I squared is minus 1. So, x squared plus y squared. So, in this way also you can get x plus iy into x minus iy is equal to x squared plus y squared. Remember, x plus iy into x minus iy is equal to x squared plus y squared. So, regardless of the sign, you have to take the number attached to I and then square it. Now, again the properties already I have explained in the previous session. Z1 plus or minus Z2 bar is equal to Z1 plus or minus Z1 bar plus or minus Z2 bar. That is sum or difference of the conjugate of sum or difference of two complex numbers is equal to sum of or difference of two their conjugates. Then Z1 Z2 whole bar equal to Z1 bar into Z2 bar. That is conjugate of the product is equal to product of their conjugates. And this can be extended and written as Zn the whole bar is equal to Z bar the whole n. That is, if you multiply Zn the whole bar, what is the meaning of Zn the whole bar? On multiplying Zn times and taking the conjugate. So, according to this rule, we can split it by modulus Z bar z into bar z into bar z etc. to n times, that is z bar the whole power n. Then z1 by z2 the whole bar equal to z1 bar by z2 bar. Then adding the 2 and dividing it by 2, adding the complex number and its conjugate and divide it by 2, you will get real part of z. And similarly, subtracting and dividing by 2y, you will get imaginary part of z. And if z and z bar are equal, then z is purely real, and if it is equal to negative of negative, then it will be purely imaginary. Now, let us see how what is z1 by z2. How will you find out z1 by z2? So, in the previous session, I told complex division of complex number is possible only after getting the concept of conjugate. Now, let us see how to divide z1 and by z2. x1 plus iy1 be z1 and let x2 plus iy2 be z2. So, the rule is, if the denominator is a conjugate and a complex number, then it should be made as a real number by multiplying by the conjugate. So, multiply the conjugate and divide the conjugate of the denominator. So, x2 minus iy2 divided by x2 minus iy2. Then after simplification, you will get the required answer for z1 by z2. Let us see by an example. 1 plus 2y by 1 plus I. So, the denominator is a complex number. This should be made real. So, what is the way to become the denominator to become a real? By multiplying by its conjugate. So, when you multiply the denominator by conjugate, you have to multiply the numerator also by its conjugate. So, 1 plus 2y by 1 plus I into 1 minus I by 1 minus I. So, what happened to the denominator? 1 plus I into 1 minus I. On multiplying a number and its conjugate, it will be equal to sum of the real part square plus imaginary part square. That is 1 squared plus 1 squared. So, I into 1 and this is taken to be minus I into 1. So, 1 square plus 1 square And numerator as usual multiplication, real into real, or a usual multiplication 1 into 1 minus I plus 2y minus 2y squared. You can either use the formula or ordinary multiplication. Then I squared is minus 1. It will become 2 minus I plus 2y is I. 1 plus I plus 2 will become 3 plus I by 2 or 3 by 2 plus I by 2. That is real part is 3 by 2 and imaginary part is 1 by 2. And then z bar the whole bar is equal to z. That is conjugate of a conjugate is the number itself. So these are the things we have learnt in the previous session. Now let us pass on to the example problems. Now example 2.4. Simplify 1 plus I by 1 minus I the whole cube minus 1 minus I by 1 plus I the whole cube into rectangular form. What do you mean by rectangular form? Writing a number in this way, that is real part plus I in imaginary part in this way, writing a complex number in this way is called rectangular form. This is called either standard form or rectangular form. So the given expression is not in a standard form. So let us find out what would be the standard form of the first term inside the bracket, that is 1 plus I by 1 minus I. So it is in the form z1 by z2. So in order to get in the standard form, let us multiply by the conjugate, multiply and divide by the conjugate of the denominator. So 1 plus I by 1 minus I. So what would be the denominator? The product of the denominators will be 1 squared plus 1 squared. So regardless the sign, you have to take only the numbers alone. So 1 squared, imaginary part of the number alone. So 1 squared plus real part is 1, so 1 squared. Numerator is 1 plus I into 1 plus I will be 1 plus I the whole square. So you can expand it using a plus b the whole square, or even you can multiply these two by using the usual rule of multiplication of complex numbers. So 1 plus I squared plus 2y. I have expanded this using a plus b the whole square. So I squared being 1 and 1 minus 1 get cancelled, 2y by 2. Again 2 and 2 get cancelled, that is equal to I. So 1 plus I by 1 minus I the whole cube is I cube. You know that I cube is equal to minus I. Now let us come to the second part. 1 minus I by 1 plus I. So as usual, multiply and divide by the conjugate of the denominator. So what happened to the product of the denominators? It is equal to 1 squared plus 1 squared. Numerator 1 minus I the whole square. Again, you can either multiply by the rule of multiplication, or you can write it as 1 minus I the whole square and expand it using a minus b the whole square. So 1 squared plus I squared minus 2y. I squared being minus 1, 1 minus 1 minus 2y by 2. So these two get cancelled, minus 2y by 2, that is equal to minus I. So 1 minus I by 1 plus I the whole power 3 is equal to minus I cube. So minus to the power 3 is minus and I cube is minus 1 minus I. So it is equal to plus I. So what happened to the given expression? The given expression is 1 plus I by 1 minus I the whole cube minus of 1 minus I by 1 plus I the whole cube. Its value is minus I and this value is also equal to I. So minus I minus of I, that will be equal to minus 2y. So writing in the rectangular form, there is no real part. So writing it as the real part as 0. You have expressed the given expression in the rectangular form as 0 minus 2y. So rectangular form means expressing the complex number in the real part as well as the imaginary part. Now come to the example 2.5. If z plus 3 by z minus 5y equal to 1 plus 4i by 2, find the complex number z in the rectangular form. So you have to simplify this and try to express z as a complex number in the form of x plus iy. Now let us given expression, write down the given expression z plus 3 by z minus 5y equal to 1 plus 4i by 2. So on simplification, let us cross multiply and group z on one side. So for grouping z on one side, we have to cross multiply this. So 2 into z plus 3 is equal to 1 plus 4i into z minus 5y. Now let us multiply these two terms. Z into 1 z plus z into 4i is 4zi minus 5i into 1 minus 5i, then minus 5i into 4i minus 20i square. Ordinary multiplication. I have multiplied this by just using ordinary multiplication. Now 2z plus 2 into 3, 6. Group z on one side and numbers on the other side. So 2z minus 4zi. Here minus 5y and then plus 6 will become minus 6. I squared being minus 1, this will become plus 20. So 2z minus z is z minus 4zi, and here 20 minus 16 is 14 minus 5y. Now taking z common, it will be 1 minus 4i and 14 minus 5y. or Z is equal to 14 minus 5y by 1 minus 4y. Still Z is not in the standard form. That is, it has been expressed as a quotient of two complex numbers. So in order to write in the standard form a plus ib or x plus iy, you have to make the denominator as a real number. How will you make the denominator as a real number? Just by multiplying and dividing by its conjugate. So multiply and divide by the conjugate of the denominator 1 plus 4i and 1 plus 4i. So according to the rule, it will be the product, the denominator will become 1 squared plus 4 squared. So don't take minus 4 or plus 4, just take the number alone and square it, 4 squared. So this will become 17. And here usual multiplication or multiplication rule of using the multiplication rule of complex number. So 14 into 1, 14, or that is real into real, minus imaginary into imaginary, minus 5 into minus plus 4 will become 20, and formula you have minus, so it will become plus 20, plus I into real into imaginary plus imaginary into real. So 56 minus 5, that is 34 plus 51 by I by 17, that is 34 and 17 can be simplified by 2, and 51 by divided by 17 is 3i, so 2 plus 3i. So now you have expressed this Z as in the standard form, that is in the rectangular form. Do you understand this? So while doing the multiplication, either you can multiply directly or you can apply the rule of multiplication of two complex numbers. That is up to you. Now, example 2.6. If Z1 is equal to 3 minus 2y and Z2 is equal to 6 plus 4y, find Z1 by Z2 in the rectangular form. Already we have done this in the previous problems in this way. Here they have given us a separate problem. Let us see what is find out Z1 by Z2. 3 minus 2y by 6 plus 4i. So, in order to make the denominator as a real number, multiply and divide by its conjugate, 6 minus 4i and 6 minus 4i here. So, the product of the denominators will become 6 into 6, that is 6 squared, and 4, take the number alone, 4 squared. 3 minus 2y into 6 minus 4i. Here I have multiplied using the rule real into real minus imaginary into imaginary plus I into real into imaginary plus imaginary into real. So I have applied that rule here. So 3 into 6, 18 minus 2 into minus 4 plus 8. So minus 8 plus I into formula minus, so it will become minus 8. Then plus I into 3 into minus 4 minus 12. Then plus minus 2 into 6 is minus 12. And then 6 squared plus 4 squared is 36 plus 16, that is 52. 18 minus 8 is 10 minus 24i, that is 10 by 52 minus 24 by 52i. So it can be simplified as 5 by 26 minus 6 by dividing by 4, 6 by 13i, and here by 2 it will be 2 by 5 by 26. That is, we have expressed this in the standard form, real plus some imaginary. Now coming to example 2.7. Find Z inverse if Z is equal to 2 plus 3i into 1 minus I. Z inverse means we know that it is Z inverse is nothing but 1 by Z. But Z is not in a proper way. So first convert Z in the rectangular form, then find out 1 by Z to get Z inverse. So now let us see how will you convert this Z in the rectangular form. Z is nothing but product of two complex numbers 2 plus 3i and 1 minus I. So as usual multiplication using the multiplication rule, real into real 2 minus imaginary into imaginary, 3 into minus 1 is minus 3, and then it will become plus 3 here. Then I into imaginary into real, that is 3, then minus 2. So 2 plus 3, 5, 3 minus 2 is I, that is 5 plus I. Having changed that Z in the proper form 5 plus I, let us find out Z inverse. What is Z inverse? Z inverse is a reciprocal of Z, 1 by Z, that is 1 by 5 plus I. Again the denominator is a complex number, so multiply by its conjugate and divide by its conjugate. So the numerator will become 1 into 5 minus I is 5 minus I, and the denominator is 5 squared plus 1 squared. So 5 by 25 plus 1, 26 minus I by 26, or 5 by 26 minus 1 by 26 into I. So we have expressed Z inverse also in the standard form. So whatever it is given, finally you have to express the answer in the standard form only, that is in the rectangular form. Now let us come to the example 2.8. Show that 2 plus I root 3 the whole power 10 plus 2 minus I root 3 the whole power 10 is real. And 19 plus 9i by 5 minus 3i to the power 15 minus of 8 plus I by 1 plus 2i the whole power 15 is purely imaginary. Now let us come to the first subdivision. in order to show that instead of finding the value of 2 plus I3 the whole power 10 and 2 minus I3 the whole power 10 and adding and checking whether it is real, we can apply the properties. Now let us see how you are going to obtain the result using the properties. Now let us consider the given expression, the given term itself as a complex number z. That is z is equal to 2 plus I root 3 the whole power 10 plus 2 minus I root 3 the whole power 10. Now you know one result. If z and z bar are equal, then z is real. You know a property of the conjugate. Now let us going to use this property here. Now find out z bar. If it is equal to z, then we can say that z is purely real. So instead of finding the actual values, you can show this result by using the properties. So let us find out z bar. 2 plus I root 3 the whole power 10 plus 2 minus I root 3 the whole power 10, the whole bar is z bar. Now this is summation of two, this is also a complex number and this is also a complex number. So summation of two complex number means the conjugate of sum of two complex numbers is equal to sum of conjugate of two complex numbers using the property z1 plus z2 the whole bar equal to z1 bar plus z2 bar. So we can split this as 2 plus I root 3 the whole 10 the whole bar plus 2 minus I root 3 the whole 10 the whole bar. Now again Zn the whole bar is equal to Z bar the whole power n. This is also one property. So let us take 2 plus this one will be equal to 2 plus I root 3 bar the whole power 10 and here the conjugate of 2 minus I3 the whole power 10. Now what is the conjugate of 2 plus I root 3? 2 minus I root 3 the whole power 10 and this is 2 plus I root 3 the whole power 10. This is nothing but Z. So we have proved that Z bar and Z are equal. So this implies that by the property Z is real. So here the properties have been used. Instead of finding the actual value, using the properties we have proved this result. Now coming to the second part. Not like the previous one, this is not in the proper standard form. So let us convert each bracket in the standard form first, then apply the properties. So 19 plus 9i by 5 minus 3i. So how will you convert into a standard form? By multiplying, dividing by the conjugate of the denominator. So 5 plus 3i by 5 plus 3i. So what happened to the denominator? The product of these two will be 5 squared plus 3 squared. Leave the sign, simply take the number. 5 squared plus 3 squared, that is 25 plus 9. Again multiplying this real into real, 19 into 5. Then minus imaginary, 9 into 3, 27 plus I into 9 into 5 plus 19 into 357. So 68 plus these two, summation of these two is 102i by 34. 68 by 34 plus 102 by 34i. Under simplification it will become 2 plus 3i. Now coming to the next term, 8 plus I by 1 plus 2y. Again this is not in the real form, rectangular form. So converting it to rectangular form just by multiplying, dividing by the conjugate of the denominator. So the product of the denominators will be 1 plus 1 squared plus 2 squared and then real into real 8 minus imaginary into imaginary, that is 1 into minus 2 formula 1 minus, so it will become plus 2, then plus I into 8 into minus 2 minus 16 plus 1 into 1 and then 8 plus 2 10 and it is minus 15 by 5 or 10 by 5 minus 15 by 5i or 2 minus 3i. Now Z is 2 plus 3i the whole power 15 minus 2 minus 3i the whole power 15. So again you have one property. If Z bar is equal to minus Z, then Z is purely imaginary. So let us find out Z bar and show that it is equal to minus Z. So what is Z bar? 2 plus 3i the whole power 15 minus 2 minus 3i the whole power 15 the whole bar. Again using the property Z1 minus Z2 whole bar equal to Z1 bar minus Z2 bar, it can be splitted like this. Again using the property of power n, it will be equal to 2 plus 3i bar whole power 15 and 2 minus 3i, conjugate of 2 minus 3i the whole power 15. That is 2 minus 3i the whole power 15 and its conjugate is 2 plus 3i the whole power 15. Now taking one minus outside, we have 2 plus 3i the whole power 15 minus 2 minus 3i the whole power 15. This is nothing but Z. So we have proved that Z bar is equal to minus Z. That means Z is purely imaginary. So to do this problem, no need to find the exact value. Using the properties, we can prove this result. Hope you have understood this problem. I think you are clear about the example problems. Now let us come to the exercise. First one is write the following in the rectangular form. 5 plus 9i plus 2 minus 4i the conjugate. So first simplify this, reduce whatever the problem given, first you have to reduce in the standard form. So just adding these two, reduce to the standard form and then take the conjugate. And then similarly z1 by z2 is given. So you multiply the conjugate of the, multiply and divide the conjugate of the denominator and then simplify it. And then 3i bar plus 1 by 1 minus 2i. How will you simplify this? What is the conjugate? This is a complex number whose real part is 0. So what would be its conjugate? Minus 3i. So this will become minus 3i and convert it to in the rectangular form just by multiplying the conjugate of the denominator 2 plus I by 2 plus I. Then add the 2 and we will get the required answer. Now coming to the second problem. If z is equal to x plus iy, find the following. Real part of 1 by z, real part of I z bar and imaginary part of. That is 1 by z means 1 by x plus iy. Already we have explained it previously how to find out the reciprocal of 1 by z. Reciprocal of z, that is 1 by z. Then write down the real part alone. Here I have explained the problem real part of I z bar here. I z bar is equal to I into z bar is the conjugate of z, that is x plus iy is x minus iy. On multiplying ix minus I squared y, I squared being 1, it will become plus y. So y plus ix. So real part is y and the imaginary part is x. That is, you are asked to find out real part of I z bar. What is the real part of I z bar? Y. So that is equal to y. So likewise, try to do the third problem. Find 3z and find 4z bar and then subtract, add these two and subtract minus 4i. You will get a number in the rectangular form and then write down its imaginary part. 3z means multiply 3 with the z and 4z bar means multiply 4 with the z bar. Now coming to the third one, if z1 is equal to 2 minus I and z2 is equal to minus 4 plus 3i, find the inverse of z1, z2 and z1 by z2. So first find out z1 by z2 and express it in the rectangular form and then take the reciprocal that will give the inverse of z1 and z2. Similarly for z1 by z2. Then the complex numbers u, v and w are related by 1 by u is equal to 1 by v plus 1 by w. Where v is given like this, w, you have to find u in the rectangular form. Let me do this problem. Given 1 by u is equal to 1 by v plus 1 by w, substituting v as 3 minus 4i and w as 4 plus 3i. Now it is not in the proper form. So on converting to the proper form, you have to multiply and divide by the conjugate of the denominator 3 plus 4i and 3 plus 4i. Similarly here, multiply and divide by the conjugate of the denominator 4 minus 3i and 4 minus 3i. Now numerator is 3 plus 4i and denominator 3 squared plus 4 squared, that is 9 plus 16. Here 4 minus 3i and denominator is 4 squared plus 3 squared, that is 16 plus 9. So 3 by 25 and again 4 by 25i. Again this is 25, that is 4 by 25 minus 3 by 25i. So even this is not in a proper way. So grouping the real term and grouping the imaginary terms. 3 by 25 plus 4 by 25, that is 7 by 25 and 4 by 25 minus 3 by 25, that is 1 by 25 into I. Or we can write it as 7 plus I divided by 25. This is our 1 by u. So what is u? The reciprocal of this, that is 25 by 7 plus I. 7 plus I. After getting u, but even after getting u, this is not in a proper form. That is it is not in a rectangular form. Again, you have to convert this into rectangular form by multiplying and dividing by the conjugate of the denominator. So 7 minus I by 7 minus I. So 25 into 7 minus I. And what is the way of multiplying these two? Squaring the sum of the squares of the real part and imaginary part. That is 7 squared plus 1 squared. 49 plus 1, 50. So simplifying 25 and 50, 1 by 2, we have 7 minus I by 2. Or 1 by 2 into 7 minus I. So this is the way to find out u. Then fifth problem is prove the following properties. Z is real if and only if Z is equal to Z bar and real part of Z is Z plus Z bar by 2 and imaginary. So I have given the proof in the third video, the proof of these two, and ask you to try this. The same thing has been given as a problem. So try this. Now, and the last one, seventh one is just like example, the last example. So this is also done by you. We can also do it by referring the example. Now coming to the sixth one, find the least value of the positive integer n for which root 3 plus I the whole power n is real and second one is purely imaginary. So for what value of n, this will become purely real, that is with no imaginary part, and for what value of n, this will become purely imaginary. So many values will be there. For you have to find out the smallest value. Among them, you have to find out the smallest value of n for which this number is real and for which the number is purely imaginary. Now let us see the sixth one. For root 3 plus I the whole power 1 is root 3 plus I. So leave it. Now root 3 plus I the whole square. So expanding it using the a plus b the whole square formula. So a squared, that is 3 plus I squared plus 2ab, 2 into root 3 into I. I squared being 1, 3 minus 1 plus 2 root 3y, it is equal to 2 plus root 2 root 3i. So this is in the standard form. So this is not a purely real or purely imaginary. So n is not equal to 2. Now let us come to the next power, root 3 plus I the whole power 3. So it can be expressed as root 3 plus I the whole square into root 3 plus I. What is root 3 plus I the whole squared? 2 plus 2 root 3i. So substitute here into root 3 plus I. Let us multiply using the rule of multiplication of complex numbers. So real into real, 2 into root 3 minus imaginary into imaginary, 2 root 3 into 1 is 2 root 3. Then plus I into 2 into 1, 2 plus 2 root 3 into root 3. Root 3 into root 3 is 3, 3 2s are 6. Now 2 root 3 minus 2 root 3 get cancelled 0 and 2 plus 6 8. So here the real part is 0 and you have simply the number as 8. That is purely imaginary. So root 3 plus I the whole power n is purely imaginary for n is equal to 3. So it may also be purely imaginary for some other higher number n greater than 3. But among this, what is the least one? 3 is the least one. So you are asked to find out only the least positive integer. So root 3 plus I the whole power n is purely imaginary for n is equal to 3. So 3 is the least positive integer for which root 3 plus I the whole power n is purely imaginary. Even if you if you get a root 3 plus I the whole power 9, 12, etc., etc., at some place you will get a purely imaginary number. But among the power 3 will be the smallest. So you can take that root 3 plus I n is equal to 3 is the least value for which root 3 plus I the whole power n is purely imaginary. Now to find for what value of n it is real, again let us find out what is root 3 plus I the whole power 4. So it can be expressed as root 3 plus I the whole squared the whole square. So root 3 plus I is 2 plus 2 root 3 I the whole square. So a plus b the whole square formula using that. So 2 squared is 4. Then square of this one is 4 into root 3 is 3 and I squared, that is 3 4s 12 I squared plus 2 into a into b. 2 into 2 into 2 root 3, that is 8 root 3 I. 12 I squared is minus 12. So 4 minus 12 plus 8 root 3 or minus 8 plus 8 root 3 I. So this is not a real number or purely imaginary. So this is in the standard form. Now let us see what happened to the next power, root 3 plus I the whole power 5. So this can be expressed as root 3 plus I the whole power 4 into root 3 plus I. A minus 8 plus 8 root 3i into root 3 plus I. Again using the rule of multiplication. Minus 8 into root 3. Real into real. Minus imaginary into imaginary. 8 root 3 into 1 is minus 8 root 3. Then plus I into imaginary into real. So real into imaginary, that is minus 8 into 1. Then 8 root 3 into root 3 is 24. So the minus 16 root 3 plus 69. So again this is not a real, purely real number. It is in the standard form. Now let us go to the next power, power 6. Root 3 plus I the whole power 6. So this can be found by using root 3 plus I the whole cube, the whole square. What is root 3 plus I cube? That is equal to 8i. 8i squared means 64i squared. I squared being 1, it is minus 64. So here you don't have any imaginary part, so which is a real number. So similarly for higher powers, even you after getting some power 7, 8, 9, etc., at some power you will get root 3 plus I the whole power n will be real. But among the power, 6 will be the smallest one. So root 3 plus whole power n is real. For the least positive integer, n is equal to 6. Did you understand what I have taught in this session? Go through the example problems and do the exercise problems or do the exercise problems. Clear your doubt if any. Thank you guys. We will see in the next session.